Hey, welcome to Physical Embodiment Studio. I'm Courtney Sproul, a certified personal trainer, and today I'm guiding you through some of my favorite exercises to mobilize and strengthen areas around your hips. If you experience lower back pain or tightness or stiffness in the hips, these are 5 of my favorite exercises to explore to see if we can get some circulation and fluidity moving through those parts. We will be using a stability ball, so if you have one about this size, then go ahead and grab it. If you have something a little bit bigger, that should work too. We'll start with an exercise on the floor, focusing on getting fluidity through the joint of where the femur connects to the hip socket, okay? So we'll go onto the floor, starting with a Multifidus Ball Roll. Lay down on your side. I'm going to start on my right side. Relax your head into your hand. Try not to get up too high, so kind of rest down towards the floor. And bring your left leg onto the ball. Straighten your right leg long, core locked in. Now, first thing I want you to focus on is stacking your hips. So make sure that your hip points are right on top of each other and your knee is directly in line with your hip. Okay, not too low, not too high. Your knee is also in line with your ankle, so you're making 90 degrees with your leg. From here, let your knee drift towards the wall in front of you, very tiny. I'm talking like an inch forward and then an inch back, maybe even smaller than that, okay? Less is more. We're just letting the hip lift or shift towards the wall in front of you and then back. Now, actually, I want you to bring your hand to your hip point. Make sure it's nice and stable. And my femur, my thigh bone, is shifting forward and then pulling back. You'll feel this muscle right above the hip point and right below the rib cage doing the work to pull your femur forward and pull it back. Now, I'll be honest, this takes a lot of mind-muscle connection and control. So it takes quite a bit of practice before you get that first rep feeling really good, okay? Once you get that rep that feels solid and like you're doing it correctly, then continue on from there. Let's go ahead and switch to the other side and see if it feels any different for you on this side. Straighten your left leg long, right knee is now resting on the ball. Flex your heel, make 90 degrees with your leg. Watch to make sure that your hips stay stable the whole time as your femur shifts forward towards the wall in front of you and then back to the wall behind you. Your femur will stay parallel to the floor the whole time and your hips are glued against an imaginary wall. Okay, there's a lot of components to this and it might not click right away. Again, when you feel that shift happen, you'll know. Inhale and then exhale, pull it back. Okay, so I want your abs doing the work and we're creating space around where the femur connects to the hip. Now this side doesn't feel as easy for me. What about you? Are you noticing if one side feels different? One more on this side and rest. I encourage you to take your time on that one and do a couple of sets. More is not better, so do it to the point where your body is starting to compensate. That's when you know you need to stop, okay? And we'll move on to the next exercise. So be sure to pause this video and continue on your own timing if you need to. Now we're going into a 90-90 hip lift. So you're actually going to be in this position where your left leg is forward, right leg is back, and you're making a zigzag with your legs. From here, you're going to use the strength of your glutes and your abs to pull you up into this position. So my hips are pushing forward, my tailbone is reaching up and in towards my jaw, and then I'm going to send my hips back with control, control being the main number, or the main word here, so that you can settle your hips down on the floor nice and softly, okay? Lifting up, pulling up through the crown of your head, pulling your tailbone up and in towards your jaw, squeezing the glutes, and then lowering down with control. I'll show you from the side. So you're going to lift yourself up again, nice and controlled, and then slowly lower down, hips reach down, down, down until they touch the floor. 2 more like that. Squeeze through the abs and the glutes and settle back down. All right, I had my left leg forward, right leg back. Now I'm going to switch legs, flexing both heels to protect the knees. Pull the crown of the head up towards the sky. Begin to lift yourself up using the strength of the glutes and the abs, and then slowly send your hips down and back until you reach the floor. Slow is the name of the game, okay? Faster is not better, more is not better. Controlling it, time under tension. See if you can lengthen through the hip points in the front and in the back as you lower. Okay, last one like that. And rest. Lay down on your back, get into a bridge position, setting up as if you're about to go into a bridge. So your feet are grounded, about 6 to 8 inches from your hips. Settle your hips down, relax into your pelvis, relax your head, neck, and shoulders. From here, we're going to go into a bridge, kind of, but articulating through each vertebra. So this is a pelvic tilt. The goal is to start with the tailbone, tucking under, pushing your lower back into the floor, pull your navel in towards the floor, and then slowly lift up one vertebra at a time until you get to your lower rib. From there, lower back down just as slow, pushing one vertebra down into the floor at a time until your hips completely land on the floor and you settle in, okay? So tailbone first, push your lower back into the floor, navel stays low, begin to articulate one vertebra at a time until you get to that lower rib, and then lower back down. This is slower than you might want to go, but I encourage you to take your time to get your mind connected to the deep intrinsic muscles of the hips, the glutes, the abs, and you can start to feel the connection of your muscles and your bones against the floor as you lift and lower. 2 more like that. This might be new for you, this practice of slowing down and articulating, but it's so crucial for the foundation of your movement, either in life or in your gym sessions. All of it matter, right? So we want to build that strong, solid foundation to learn how to control our movement throughout our day and gain proprioception and mind-body connection. Okay, from here, let's get into a leg raise. So extend your legs straight onto the floor, move your hips out of the way, and just adjust to the point where you feel really comfortable and grounded on the earth. From here, pull your navel in towards your spine. You just primed those muscles, so you should feel ready to execute. You're going to pull your navel in, extend your right leg up towards the sky, using the strength of your abs, and yes, a little bit of hip flexor, yes, a little bit of quad, until you get to your ankle in line with your knee and your hip. Lowering back down with control. Again, slower than you want to go, I know, takes patience. And I'm feeling my belly, my ab wall, to see if my rectus abdominis is firing. We're going to stay on the side. Pull your navel in towards your spine, lift your leg up, relax your head, neck, and shoulders. See if you can initiate this movement through the deep abs, and then slowly lower back down. Last one. So if you feel your rectus abdominis firing, that's when you're puffing through the abs. Then I want you to readjust where your navel's pulled in and you're engaging your transverse, which is a horizontal muscles across your core. Okay. Settle down, give yourself a moment. That was actually quite challenging, so breathe through it. We're going to switch to the left leg now. So I'm going to feel my abs, lift the left leg up, stop about 90, and then lower back down with control. I'm engaging through my hamstring as I lower down. The leg stays really active. And you're slowly lowering down. So the weight should feel challenging the whole time, the weight of your leg, but it'll feel different. Each little part of this is going to shift where you feel it in your body. Okay, this is your final one. Okay, give yourself a moment of pause, relax here. All of these exercises are compounding on each other. So we got some hip mobility, we got some femur rotation through the hip socket, we have some awareness of the rectus and the transverse. Now we're going into a dead bug, which is quite advanced because you're using the neurological connection of the crossbody sling. You're feeling your left arm and right leg move at the same time, and then vice versa, all while maintaining a controlled transverse abdominis, okay? So your knees are in line with your hips. Extend your arms up towards the sky, palms facing in towards each other. Pull your navel in, feel that corset around your spine. Drop your feet so that you're at 90, but not lower than that. And then extend your left leg and right arm away from each other. You'll notice my foot is going pretty high up rather than dropping down, right? I'm keeping it high up because I know that for my body, my rectus fires if I go any lower. Switch sides. You want to extend the leg and arm up and away. That's appropriate for your body, and you'll know when your abs begin to puff, okay? I'm keeping that nice corset sensation through my abs. Now you might be wondering, how is this helping my hips? Well, this is engaging your transverse abdominis, which is protecting your lower back. And if you can get that firing throughout your day, then the other muscles around your lower back don't have to do so much work, right? You're using it as a team. All the muscles are doing their job. So the idea is to engage the transverse, loosen up and create space in the lower back, and then therefore creating more circulation and space around the sacrum and the hips and the tailbone and all those muscles that are gripping and doing so much work for you. Okay, let's do one more on each side. I was talking quite a bit, but it's important that you're breathing through these movements. All right, so if you revisit this video, be sure that you're focusing on your breath, focusing on the articulation of the spine and the regions of the abs. And every time that you watch this video, you'll compound and build upon the skills. Maybe you missed something the first time or something clicks differently the next time. This is a really beneficial practice to incorporate into your routine once or twice a week, okay? I'm so glad you found our channel. My name is Courtney Sprouls. This is Physical Embodiment Studio. I'll see you next time.